Hi, I'm Mr. Simons, and in this video, we're going to look at this syllabus dot point, which is the strategic role of marketing goods and services. So everything I'm going to say in this video is in the context of the HSC Business Studies course in New South Wales. There may be additional information that applies to your particular course. So this is my focus. If we're thinking about the business studies course, that the goal of a business is to earn profit for its owners. So that the goal here is profit maximization. Now, the business may have other goals, including CSR goals and other sorts of things, but if a business doesn't earn profit, it won't survive. So if we then think about the strategic role of marketing, we're trying to find a link between these things here. So what we will say is that, okay, we know that profit let's make that a bit clearer there. Profit equals revenue minus expenses. If we think about the strategic role of marketing, what we are trying to do is to help when we're talking about the strategic role, we're saying, okay, marketing is trying to help the business achieve its goals, including profit. And if we think about it, going over here, is that marketing is really targeting revenue. Because the process of marketing, of advertising and promotions and other methods to get consumers aware, trialing the product, buying the product, repeat buying the product, is all focused on the sales side of things, the revenue side of things. Because the thing we should know is that marketing is very expensive. Advertising campaigns are very expensive. Promotions are expensive. Spokespeople are expensive. So that it will actually increase expenses, which will reduce profit. So what we're trying to say is that it will it will increase sales by more, which will then result in a higher profit. At least that's the goal. So the strategic role of marketing, yes, it's to help the business achieve its goals, particularly by focusing on greater sales to then increase profit. And if we go a little bit further in thinking about the link between marketing and revenue, is that we are trying to here doing everything we can to get consumers to purchase the good or the service. Because if there aren't any sales, there isn't any business and no profit to be had. So that the goal of marketing here in the context of the business is to be able to get revenue up, to be able to help the business achieve its profit and other goals. In thinking about how the strategic role of marketing would be implemented in terms of a business, you could think about that the business would create a marketing plan to show how its marketing efforts would allow it to achieve its overall goals, including higher profit. And if you think about how would a marketing plan do it, well, there's a couple of elements we can talk about. So the marketing plan will show how the company will bring the buyer and the sellers together, right? So how it will actually encourage that purchase process. It will talk about how the company will satisfy consumers through its products in terms of what it gives to consumers. And as a whole, in terms of this process, how will the business generate sales? So it can be tricky if you are sort of asked a very relatively simple question, what seems like a relatively simple question about discuss or outline or explain the strategic role of marketing. And then when you have to put it into words, it can become a bit confusing. So, in terms of the way that I like to think about it, I'd like to think about it as a bit of a process in terms of going back to what is the business trying to achieve? What is marketing doing? And that this focus on revenue in order to then increase profit, and that the way this strategic role is implemented is through this creation of a marketing plan. So this is kind of helpful in getting me thinking about this syllabus dot point. Thank you very much for watching. Any questions, just put them in the comments.